Hey guys, just wanted to show you some of the things I've been doing since my last video. I haven't been doing much. I'll give you a little update on my big toe. The doctor says the infection's 100% cured. I'm going to get to keep it. Still have some problems with the bone, but at least it's still there, so yay me. 2020 has started. It's January 11th, I think, today. And Happy New Year. I hope everybody's year is starting off to a grand adventure for them, and they're getting everything they want. But let's just get to my cars here. I've been doing some restorations. These are Thunderbirds. I had axles on this one, but I took them off and put them on a Firebird because one of these was missing axles before. I'll get some new ones off of eBay. I did this restoration. That's kind of a custom. It's not a restoration. It was probably black and yellow, or blue and yellow, gold, whatever. Some of these windshields I made. I'm not sure if I made this one or not. Couple of Cougars that I restored using Spectraflame paint. This is a restoration that I did. It's an original 57 Chevy Redline. The wheels come off of one of the vintage series cars. The interior and the windshield are made from the same clear blue plastic, as you can see. And reproduction tampos. This is kind of a custom. I don't think you can see it too well on the camera. There's a stripe down the side, and the roof is kind of a burgundy color. Just one of those subtle changes. Has some custom wheels on it. This was, I want to say this one was black. Oh, this is one of the windshields that I made. You can see the ripples in it. One of my first attempts. See, there's some inside there's some flashing still. Here's another one of my customs. This was car was blue with gold flames on it. I did a wheel swap and put these reproduction decals on here. I really like that one. This one was black with the gold stripes. You can see about a yellow windshield. I was going to change this windshield, but it just looked good to me for some reason with the yellow windshield, so I left it. And his reproduction decals from Second Chance Redlines off of eBay. This is one that I made. I reproduced the decals myself because when you do it on white, the clear ones work just fine. I actually made these from pictures off the U.S. Mail website, and you see it's got yellow windows. Guess what truck this originally was? This was a SpongeBob truck. Yep, this is a SpongeBob truck. This was supposed to be a military van, but I decided to use the decals on this van instead. It's going to look like this one. I can't quite get that khaki green color that's supposed to be. This was the last one I did, and you could tell it's too light, and these were too dark. These are the Lion Tiger Novas. I turned them into staff cars. I did a gas or staff car. This is a Matchbox. It was like that. I didn't do nothing to that. Here's a custom Camaro that I did. Just did a wheel swap and painted it blue. This is a custom job. You can see right there how I I took the front end off of this truck. It was like this one, lowrider, and I put it between the base and the body with that screw there, and it has real rider tires. Painted it yellow and put Edelbrock on it. And then this Edelbrock, I don't know why the decals decided they wanted to stretch, so they're crooked. Did a wheel swap on it, painted it white, put Edelbrock on it. I like it. Oop, don't go nowhere, stay right here. And then I did some Ford GTs. I was going to reproduce the GT Super. Just wasn't feeling it. That's why it has the orange tires on it. Those are the original tires there on that one. And then that's a wheel swap. I like that. The tires on that one. I think I might change the paint scheme on a couple of them. I don't. That's aqua color, or no, what do you call it? Ice blue. But anyway, those are some of the restorations that I did. Here's some more restorations. I did the Beetle, the Eldorado, and here's the Firebird. I took the wheels off that T-Bird. And I apologize for the lighting. I'm in my den. But this hood, I made that hood. I reproduced it from one from the Redline shop. And the reason I did that, and yeah, I know it sinks in the back, but you know what? That's the way the reproduction one did too. So, but the reason I did that is because the Redline shop, even though they make a nice product, you try to polish it, and if you get it too hot, it melts. If you put it in the toaster oven to cure the paint, it melts. I've done it, I know. So I reproduce them in antimony and tin pewter. Here is the red. See, the hood isn't closing. That's because I don't have the hinges glued in on this one. This is also a hood that I made. You can see on the back of it where I ground down the tips and stuff. Actually, this one here might be an original. I know on some of the other ones I did do reproductions. This one here is a reproduction hood, but I did not make this one. This is one of the reasons why I started reproducing them after this one. That's the Barracuda, and I don't know if you could tell it, but I had to repair the A-pillars. Like down in here, they were completely missing on one side and damaged on the other, and the roof was bent down. You see the windshield doesn't quite fit on that side. And this one here, also the A-pillars were broke. I had to repair them. Reproduction hood. This one I didn't do anything to. This is just a J car. This one I painted a long time ago. I did it in Spectra Flame Red. Wasn't feeling it too much. It didn't want to polish up the way I wanted it to. That one I never did anything with. Got this here Firebird card. It's been squished. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Diora that I restored. Got the surfboards down in there. Reproduction surfboards. The Beatnik Bandit. The Python. No, it doesn't say Cheetah on the bottom. You can see there has the plate on it where they put it over Cheetah. Silhouette. That one I actually repainted a long time ago. It's been floating around. And you can see there was no hardener in the paint, so it's got flea lights on it from being in the case. And then I have another silhouette here. This was given to me by Diecast Graveyard. He redid this on his channel. I said, wow, I've never had one of them before. And he sent it to me. So thank you, Paul, over at Diecast Graveyard. And then this one here I got from, these here other ones I got from, I got this one in a bunch that I had. Don't have a back for it. But this one and this one I got from the antique store in town, as well as these. They're like $3 a piece or something like that. So, yeah, and I redid this one, and I redid that one. I did not redo this one. I just put tires on it in the interior, in the windshield. Kind of redone. Anyway, I've probably been over these before, but I'm just going through some. Now, here's my Super Vans. I'm sure I've showed you these. These were the newer Sleeping Beauty Super Vans that came out. You can tell by the wheels, and if you look at the base, it has a clip on the back instead of a screw. And this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one are all those kinds of Supermans. This one is the new King of Hearts Super Van, you see it's got that pretty red windshield in it, and we'll go over that in a second. This one was too, this one was too, and the decals wanted to come apart for some reason. You can really tell it here. They came from Second Chance Redline. They may have been older, I don't know. But I didn't take a chance on some of the other ones that I did, like this one. I just went ahead and put clear coat over it. This was also a King of Hearts van. This one was a King of Hearts van. This one was a King of Hearts van. This one and this one and this one. And let's see what else. Oh, this one here, I think, was this one? Yeah, this one was an original, and I didn't drill this one. What I did was I used and the base was in really bad shape when I got it, so, but you can see it's a little loose, but what I did was use the soldering iron to heat up the post and pulled the base off and then snapped it back on after I painted it. And you see the horrible flashing on there, but since it was original, I left it. And then I got reproduction decals to go on here. Those are the original wheels, by the way. This is original. Haven't done anything to this one. I haven't done anything to this one. I haven't done anything to this one. And this is an ambulance. It'll be like this one. They're black walls, as you can see. Have the original tires, original everything. This is not original, but the base is original. This is one that I painted. I mean, the paint and the decals were completely missing. You see the windshield's kind of messed up there. And it's original base, original wheels. And this one is also original. I think it's funny, some of these have metal bases and some have plastic bases. And the funny thing is, it's also the same base that's on the Larry Wood Wrecker and the Larry Wood rescue truck. I'll show you. There's the khaki color I want to reproduce. That's an original. See? This is the Larry Wood base here for the wrecker. And you look at the base for the Super Van. It's the exact same base. They're plastic. I think the metal one would fit on there as well. And this here is the, I guess, the Unit 71 rescue truck. And you see the base is the exact same base, right down to the license plate on the back. See right there in the back? See right there? Exact same base. Anyway, let's don't get distracted. I've showed you this one before. This one was a custom I did because my mom used to have one in 1980 or 81 Dodge Murata. Red and white with white interior. And red and white interior. You can see inside there. So I did that kind of in honor of her. These I've done, well, I say these. I did redo this one as a candy striper. And I did redo this one. This was not an original Live 55, but it was one. The metal on it was chrome, but it looked so bad that I painted it. You can see the texture in it. It was bad. And the rest of these are regular. That's just in here, taking up space. That one I redone. This was a custom job. This was a Ertl, right? Yeah, it was a Ertl. And I did a wheel swap and painted it white because it was yellow. And it had some body lines on them, but I was going to make it a race car, so I filed them off. And the hood opens on it, as you can see right there. Not much detail on the motor, but I painted it chrome. This is a Larry Frank race car from 1957-58. I reproduced these decals myself. And after I did it, I put clear over them. No, but anyway, let's get back to the windshields. This is an original military police van. Let's go back to the other case real quick. That's one of the reasons I really wanted to show you what I was up to. Was this jewel right here. This is the latest one I did, and I didn't get the color right. I'm disappointed. But you can see that windshield, it's not perfect. It's the first time I used the mold. You can kind of see my fingerprints across the top there. There's also some spots on it. I think it's from mold release that I put on the mold when I made the mold. I made this interior in glass from the King of Hearts interior. This is the King of Hearts interior. And I made a mold. And this is the mold. It's made out of silicone rubber, Smooth On 30. And I haven't trimmed it up, so don't laugh at me. But anyway, I just took one side, I took the side, pressed the bottom into it, into clay, and made these here little keys so that I could line it up like that. And I poured silicone over it, made this side. And then I removed the clay, and I rubbed Vaseline over this entire thing as a mold release, and that's why I have a smudge. Plus some of the red come off the mold, off the original windshield. And then I filled this one, after I made the mold, I filled this with resin, and then I filled this side with resin. And then just stuck them together. Let it set for 24 hours and demolded it. I use, where is it? Right there in front of me. There. I use this stuff to make the windshields. Casting Craft liquid clear polyester casting resin. I think I've said something about that before, but I was having a problem with it where the windshields were doing this. It did not. You see how it's all ripply? And I couldn't figure out what was going on. This is out of a gasser. And this one wasn't terrible. This is either a Cougar or a Thunderbird. I think this is a Thunderbird. But you can see the ripples in it. Doesn't look very good. And then I started getting better. I found out I think the catalyst was bad, so I ordered some new catalyst and it started working. You see there's little black specks in there? That's why when you use ink as dye, you don't use ink from a gel pen, because that's the actual gel from the gel pen. But tried to make a smoke windshield here, and I think the gel makes it cloudy. Also from the gel pen. So don't use a gel pen if you're going to use it as dye. And this one is still kind of soft, as you can see right there. So I didn't have the catalyst quite right. Here's another one. Whoop, drop that one in there. It'll be alright. And then this is out of a 57 Chevy. Same thing. You see the ink. Yeah, I don't think it likes that. And something I figured out also is it doesn't like alcohol dye. Especially not the Alumilite brand. This is an alcohol dye. Alcohol ink. It does not like it. It makes it bubble up. Even when it's clear. See, this is an amazing clear cast by Alumilite. I used it to make some windshields, and they stick together like this. And I think I may have thrown away all the ones that had the air bubbles in them. Let me see. Well, this one kind of has some air bubbles in it. You can see the air bubbles all in it. So, yeah, it just filled. I mean, some of them are way worse than this. And they just this is one of the better ones, I guess, from when I first started out. That's a 57 Chevy one. Still kind of thick. Here's one from a Torino Stalker. You see how thick it turned out? I was trying to keep it from rippling. Also, if you stick it in the oven to cure it, the manufacturers made that suggestion. It causes it to mess up too. That's probably one of the reasons why it turned out like this. I'm not sure why I did that, but I tried that in toaster oven. It makes it get hard, but yeah, it ripples up the glass, so I don't do that no more. But yeah, that's how I made the glass to go in this one here, because I didn't want the red glass in there. I'm going to use ballpoint pen, a black one. Let's see if I can make a smoked glass windshield, because a lot of these super vans have the black ones. I didn't make the reproduction for the old van yet. You know, this here particular one has the back end part back here, which nobody will ever see it, so it must go to something else in a different truck as well. You know how they are. It has these boxes in the back. You won't see that in a super van because the back is closed off. But in the old model, it's just from about right here up, and it has a post on the base of the van that this would have a hole right here that slide down on, and then the windshield would be attached just like this. Now in the other super vans, the newer ones, the Sleeping Beauty ones, the premium ones, this has a separate windshield from the interior. So the windshield would just slide in there and the interior would hold it up. But this one here, it pops open like that, and you snap it like that, and you just stick it in the van, put the base on it, and you're done. Anyway, I wanted to show you those, and then excuse my messy room. Okay, these are some of the cars that I've collected. None of these are my, a lie. That one is custom. I made this one. This is Fireball Roberts. Now I say I made this. I made these decals, but they're not my design, because it's on a white car. I printed them out myself and saved the other decals. See how that one's blue and it has the gold yellow flames on it? That's one that I made a custom out of. And see how that one's black with the gold custom flames on it and the yellow windshield? I made custom out of that. This one I did not make, but I like it. None of the rest of these. This is a Commander. You wind it up and then press down and it rolls. Is that cool or what? Had a chance to get Mustang the other day and I didn't get it. Should have gotten it. Okay, here's some of the collectibles and ones I've made. There's another, I made a gasser out of the Fireball Roberts. Also printed these decals as well. I didn't do anything fancy with the wheels on that one. Didn't do that one, I didn't do that one, not that one, that one. This one I repainted and put the decals on. I think this one had a crocodile on it before. Yeah, but I made these decals and put them on there myself. I made that one, and I messed up on the chrome, but I painted that one. I painted this one. I painted this one. Yeah, I know. I didn't have one at the time, and I wanted one, so I made one. And those are my decals. I printed the decals. I painted the car. That's been a long time ago. Here are my candy stripers. I made this one. I made this one. My Summit Racing Mercury Comet. I made that. I painted that one. I was going to do one of these, and I got bored with it. These are not my decals. The second chance red line. I made these decals, and I didn't like the way the chrome was looking, you know, using the Malto pen. So I just didn't feel like making another one, so I stopped with that one right there. See how thin those decals are? They just kind of come apart. I hate that. And I painted the tops on those. This was a color changing car. It's called a convertible. I'm sure you've probably heard of them if you're into Hot Wheels. And I just put the actual Fireball Roberts decals that I bought. I put them on here. Did you see that hood scoop? It comes out like that. If you stick it in hot water, there's a spring in there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a spring in there. And it expands like a thermostat. And that hood will pop up. And the color would change. So I stuck it in hot water and yeah, it popped up. And when I put it in cold water, and I'm not talking about boiling water, I'm talking about tap water, the hood went down, but the color didn't go back. So that's why I painted it and did that. Here's a Summit Racing gasser. I had a nice bottom on it, but I put it on Candy Striper instead. I'm planning on swapping that one out. I might swap it out with one of these. This one I painted red. This is like the black and or the blue and gold one that I showed you a minute ago. I just painted. I didn't finish it. Here's another one I just painted and didn't do anything else with it. But my main thing was I just wanted to show you. Oh, and just FYI, this is Chris Stangler Custom. I did not do this one. Toy Con, Las Vegas, Chris Stangler Custom. Looks like the engine was de-chromed. Maybe it came like that, I don't know. I know you can put it in brake fluid or purple cleaner and it'll take the chrome off of it. I'll take this one out and show it to you. It's I made a Summit Racing team, basically. And I've got one more to add to my Summit Racing team. And I'm actually entering it into a competition. I hope they don't mind me showing it to you. Y'all excuse my mess. Got a couple more here I can show you too. See, I'm working on this one over here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But here it is. This is the addition to the Summit Racing team. It is a Torino Stalker. And it has a 55 gasser base. The screw hole's lined up. It has a 55 gasser interior. I had to change it. Remove the front end. And I'm sure if you look really close there, you can see where I JB welded the grill to the Torino Stalker to the base of the 55 gasser. Put some nice wheels on it, and the thing I like the most, so these are Goodyear tires, and I have Goodyear logo right over the tire. These decals I made myself. It's going to be an addition to the Summit Racing team. See, I got the moon eyes and the Pennzoil right there. I'm sorry my camera doesn't focus like some of those other guys' ones. Has the Hooker Header logo down there, the Bell logo, the Champion spark plug logo, the NOS logo, the Peckerhead logo, and Lucas Oil logo. I've got some cars that I use from Target. These cars here have black wall tires on them. And these work perfect for the super vans. How do I know? Because I've done it. Take tires off of them. That green military van I just showed you that I made the windshield for, I took the tires off of that one right there and I put them in it. And these are $1.49 at Target. If you had to buy replacement black wall tires for a super van off eBay, it would cost you $10 minimum. Get a set for $1.49 right at Target. And on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hopefully the weather seems to be nice. It's trying to be an early spring. Yeah, this is my workbench that I haven't cleaned up in a month. Been a little congested. Allergies are kicking my butt. But yeah, I got a hole in my airline I've got to fix. And it seems I need to clean the lens on my camera. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you You can hit that thumbs down button. Either way, I know you'll watch it, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much.